ready or not, here fall comes. It may be hotter than heck still here where I live, but regardless of what the temperature is, you can just feel the change in the season, right? So for some of us, we sent kids back to school already, or we are approaching that. And that is such a clear indicator of ending summer and starting fall. Or maybe for my other sports people, it means football is starting. That means the fall season. So excited for that. So whatever it is, you can kind of feel that shift, right? Stores already have out their Halloween stuff. My daughter is like putting ghosts all over our house. She's like ready for spooky, as she used to call it when she was younger. She is ready for spooky season. And it's here. It's quickly approaching, right? So here's what to do if you kind of fell off during summer. Maybe you had summer hours, summer Fridays. My husband has summer Fridays. It's just for most people, it's a different routine in the summer. For a lot of people, it's more laid back. For those of us that, had kids at home, not so probably laid back. You were, scrambling to camps, or you were watching your kids more, since they were out of school. So maybe not so laid back, but regardless, it was a different schedule. It was a different routine. Maybe you have just fallen off track. That could be just with general life, right? Or just specific goals. Maybe you're organizing, or your, workout goals, whatever it may be. Regardless, let me help you fall back on track with these 10 steps. Okay, so number 1, what you're gonna do is reflect and assess. What caused you to fall off track? And that's okay if it was just, hey, disruption in my schedule, new season of summer, whatever it is, just make sure you kind of evaluate that. Take an assessment of what caused you to just kind of fall off, right? Because once you can identify it, then you can help prevent that moving forward, right? Number 2 is to set clear goals and to make a plan on how you're going to achieve them, right? So maybe this season you want to get stronger in your body, right? You want to gain some muscle, whatever it may be. So maybe that's your overall goal, right? Get stronger. But then you're going to create these mini goals within that. Break it down into bite-sized pieces. So maybe that means you're going to focus more on what you're eating and do more meal prep. You're going to go to the gym maybe 4 times a week, or whatever it is. Also, by kind of breaking it down into smaller goals, you'll also have more that you can check off and celebrate. So that's fun too, and I'll get to more of that later. Yeah, if you don't clearly plan how you're going to achieve these goals, then they're just kind of floating up here, right? If you don't have a plan, it's hard to really get to. So definitely map out how that looks, how you're going to get there. As detailed as you want. The more detailed, the better. But you do want to remain flexible. Again, I'll get to that in a little bit. All right, number 3, you want to prioritize what is the most important thing you're going to do each day. You can do this by using a to-do list, a calendar, a planner, all of the above. But again, it kind of goes back to making a plan, right? If you just leave your days open for chance, then you won't get as much done. But if you know, okay, this is the top priority for this day, I'm going to get that done. And then you fill in other things that you can get done. Do your top priority, make sure you get that done. And then other things that you can do if you have the time. Yep. Number 4 is just going to be to establish those routines. I think they say it takes 30 days to build a habit. So give yourself time, but getting in those routines and making it automatic for yourself is so helpful. Then you don't even think about going to the gym. You're just like, okay, this is what I do before work. This is what I do after work. However it is, And again, these routines may be different than the ones that you had in summer. Maybe you have a different schedule now, anything like that, but make that routine and stick with it, because it will help you create those habits and put your brain and your body just kind of on autopilot. And the less you have to think about things, the better, right? That's just the easier it is for us. Number 5, you want to monitor your progress. I would suggest doing this weekly. You can't really monitor it very well every day. Yes, you could do kind of a temperature check of like, how did I do today? And that's totally fine. But to have kind of true monitoring, you want to give it a little bit of time as well. So maybe at the end of each week, or the beginning of the following week. Hey, how did I do this week? What could I do better? What can I change? What can I adapt? Anything like that. If you wait too long to do this, say you wait a whole month, then it's going to be harder to kind of course correct. So you can, if you're monitoring it pretty often, then you can kind of make those adjustments as needed as well. Next step is to seek support. Find some help. Get an accountability buddy, right? It's your friend, it's your family, it's your neighbor, whatever it is. Again, going back to maybe you're going to get stronger at the gym. Maybe you have someone that you're going to meet there a couple times a week. Or if it's something else, maybe it's you wanting to get more organized, wanting to learn a new language, have a buddy in that. Now, their goal could be the same as yours so that you guys kind of keep both of each other on track. That would be really fun. Or they could have something else that they're maybe trying to do on their own, but regardless, they're going to help you, right? They're going to check in with you every so often, ask you how it's going, and just going to give you that kind of support. Or maybe so it could be, that support could be an accountability buddy, or it could be someone you hire to help with your goals, right? So your goal is to get more organized. Maybe you hire a professional organizer. Your goal is to gain more muscle. Maybe you hire a personal trainer. So whatever kind of support you're needing, find that person and either hire them or just enlist their help. And after you've been kind of like tracking and monitoring and like checking out your progress, you will kind of know where you need help, right? Or maybe it's not even that you need help with your ultimate goal, but it's with some other things. So maybe you need to hire a babysitter every so often so that you can have more time to do X, Y, and Z. Or, you hire someone to do your laundry so that that's not eating up 2 hours of your day. Whatever it may be, think outside the box, see how best someone could support you, and then go after that. All right, number 7, this is something that I'm not always that good at. Stay flexible, okay? Things happen. You get sick, your kids get sick, schools are closed, there's a hurricane and work is closed. And whatever it may be, stay flexible and then adapt your goals if necessary. So again, you're tracking, you're monitoring, and then you want to be flexible with your goals. So maybe your goal is to run a marathon, but because of sickness, you couldn't get X amount of weeks of training. So who knows what it is, right? But life happens. Give yourself grace and give yourself freedom to kind of change those goals. That does not mean, this is what I have to tell myself too sometimes, that does not mean you are failing at the goal because you have to change it, but you want to give yourself grace and really appreciate and focus on where you are right now in life, right? I've done a couple half marathons. I can't imagine devoting that kind of time right now with 2 kids that I had when I was single, and just easier to like go on long runs, this, that, and the other. So maybe you set this big goal, but then it's really, really hard to get to, and I'm not saying give up when it's hard. Please hear me. When I say be flexible, I am just saying that things happen. Give yourself grace. I set goals each month for my business, and the last couple months have been wild, right? We've had sickness in our family. I've hurt my foot. There's just things, right? And so I have had to kind of adapt those goals and be okay with it, right? That does not mean in my eyes that I've failed at my goals. Yes, I'm not going to achieve what I wanted to, but I also want to allow myself grace and remember that that's why I have a job that's flexible, so that I can be there for my kids if I need to, or I can take those sick days if I need to, whatever it may be. So again, you're not quitting or giving up on your goals when it gets hard, but you are wanting to be flexible in how you achieve them, right? In how you get there, because you never know. Something could throw you off, and it's trying to get you to a different place, trying to get you to your goal in a better way, or trying to help you achieve a different goal. Who knows? So stay flexible and then kind of adjust those goals as needed. So number 8, you want to practice self-care. This is going to help you mentally, and it's also going to just help you stay on track. It'll help with your ability to kind of stay on the course, keep going, and have fun with these these goals or these things that you've set for yourself, right? So whatever self-care means to you, maybe it's bubble baths. That is not it for me. Maybe it's getting a massage. Yes, please. Whatever self-care is. Maybe it's listening to your music for 30 minutes a day, uninterrupted. Whatever it is, make sure you schedule that, whether it's daily, weekly, whatever, depending on, how grandiose your self-care is. Probably not going to be getting massages each week, but whatever it is, give yourself something that is really going to nurture you, right? That's going to help you take care of yourself and help you stay on track better. Number 9, you want to celebrate your achievements, celebrate those milestones. This is going to help reinforce your goals and your motivation and keep you positive and kind of plugging along better, right? So that's why, going back to what I was saying about, you kind of break down your goals. You can check off more of them when you have mini goals under that larger goal, right? And then there's something so satisfying about checking something off, or about congratulating yourself about completing something and being able to celebrate that, right? You've done it and it's awesome, and now you celebrate it and it's on to the next thing. But it gives you this momentum, these wins. Every time you acknowledge a win, it kind of keeps you going in the right direction, right? It pushes you forward and keeps you on track. So definitely celebrate however you think is fit for that goal. And number 10, last but not least, you're just going to start over and repeat this process. If you completely fall off with your goals, again, give yourself some grace. Or maybe on the flip side, maybe you've completed all your goals. Congratulations. Start this over, repeat this process as needed. Maybe you do different goals each season. Maybe you do goals each month, however you break it down, but then just start over, repeat this process as you see fit. I wish you the best of luck getting back on track, right? Falling back on track this fall season. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video, and I look forward to talking to you soon.